people turn us down, Lord, in a bourgeois town. It's a bourgeois town. I got the bourgeois blues, gonna spread the news all around. Home and brave, land of the free. I don't wanna be mistreated by no bourgeoisie, Lord, in the bourgeois town.
In the bourgeois town.
The bourgeois town.
In the bourgeois town.
I got the bourgeois blues, gonna spread the news all around. Well, me and my wife, we were standing upstairs. I heard a white man say, I don't want no niggas out there.
Lionel Monkey.
In the bourgeois town.
This is a brilliant
Bourgeois town.
Lead Belly song. Beautifully interpreted.
I got the bourgeois
Yeah,
blues,
that's the right
gonna
food,
spread the news all around.
I'll explain why I'm playing it in a bit. I've got to get up to turn it off. I'll be back in 1 second. Yeah, now then, Lionel Monkey here again. Just a quick video this time. Got a couple lined up to do, but this is, I've just seen a video by a lad called American Sam, and he's been 5 years in the vinyl community, and to celebrate he set some sort of questions and challenge for people to jump on, and so I've done that, and he's been in the vinyl community 5 years, so they're all around the theme of the number 5. And the 5, I'll come back to that particular opening song in a minute, but the 5 prompts, I've got them written down. First of all, show an album by an artist, an active artist, that has not released an album in at least 5 years. Well, I hope I've got me facts right. I did double check this one, I didn't think it, but the first one I'm going to show is Robert Cray, the Robert Cray Band. I think this was his first album, wasn't it? 1985, False Accusations. I've got his first 5 albums, and I think this is the first one, if I've got that right. I mean, Robert, beautiful blues, soul, singer, player. His first 4 albums really, really strong. Well, 5 anyway, but and he's still touring. I have noticed he's still touring. Robert Cray Band sustained me through those dark days of the early 80s with all that new romantic crap about and everything. I got right into Robert Cray at the time, and still plays records today. And as I say, this is his first album from 1985, False Accusations. You need another album out, Robert. You haven't had one for more than 5 years, if I've got that right, that is. The second prompt, show an artist's 5th album. Well, that's the one I've just played. This is the brilliant Ry Cooder, who's never made a bad album in his life. This is one of his more eccentric albums, if you like, sort of different, bits of Hawaiian stuff on there. He's got covers of all sorts of stuff, say Lead Belly, that opening track. He's got Jim Reeves sort of cover in there, and others, Goodnight Irene. But as always, brilliantly done. It's got some great musicians, some of them we've heard of, some of whom are sort of obscure, from different countries. Brilliant stuff, chicken skin music. Ry Cooder's 5th album from 1976. The third question Sam set was show the 5th album on your shelf. Well, I have these shelves, we sort of rock and pop, if you like, starting at A up there, and then I've got the soul and reggae and then jazz separately down here. So it was always going to be from that section, I suppose, and it was always going to begin with A, and the 5th one along, if I've got my alphabetical order right, is Laurie Anderson's brilliant album from 1982, Big Science, absolute classic. I missed it at the time, I've got to say, I only got into it later. Oh Superman, you remember, from Laurie Anderson, brilliant stuff. What an artist. Still performing, at least she's performing her art, if not music, these days. But yeah, Big Science, Laurie Anderson, 1982, the 5th album on my shelf. The next prompt was show an album that you love to drive to. Well, I would love to drive to albums, but the latest car we got, and we've had it 9 years or nearly 10 years, we don't like to change our cars, but it's all this digital crap and I can't play anything on it. I can put the radio on, but there's very few radio stations I can listen to that people aren't dribbling on. But I can't play music on it. I mean, apparently you're able to play these download things, and my son once showed me, but they sounded bloody terrible. I don't know, unless I was doing something wrong. So next car we get, it's got to have a CD player. That was where I always bedded in me CDs and tapes before CDs, and so I'm going back to the 1980s. I'm going back to 1983. Memories of driving in the Lake District. I had a Mark IV Cortina that had no heating. It was winter. We're on a few days in the Lake District. There was snow on the tops. It was absolutely beautiful. The only thing, the warmers and sustainers, was Van Morrison's gorgeous Inarticulate Speech of the Heart. And particularly those instrumentals, which just, I don't know, just added to the atmosphere of the splendour, the natural splendour around us. But and I think we might go out with one of them just to cheer myself up. But yeah, that's my music to drive to, or it was, on a cassette back in 1983 in my old Ford Cortina. And then lastly, show an album that you've got recently bought for less than $5. Well, I think £1 is less than $5, I'm sure it is. And this is the latest one I bought out of a bargain bin for £1. It's in really good, it's in mint condition. And it is Dave D, Dozy, Beaky, Mick and Titch. Dave D, Dozy, Beaky, Beaky for obvious reasons, Mick and Titch for obvious reasons. But some of you of a certain age might remember Dave D, Dozy, Beaky, Mick and Titch with their singles they had in the sort of late 60s, early 70s, Xanadu and things like that. None of those, I don't think, none of those singles seem to be on this album, and this is possibly, I have played it, and as I say, it's mint condition. It's got somebody's name and address on the back, showing that they moved from Gateshead to their new address in North Shields, so we've gone from one side of the Tyne to the other. And it is quite possibly the worst album in this collection. It is absolutely terrible. I picked it up partly because we were just talking about them, Col and I, in the pub. They came on the jukebox, I think, and we were just talking about that band and those times. And I mean, I could read out the back on here. I mean, it's terrible. It's got me thinking, really. I mean, it seems to be a celebration of madness. I mean, I did wonder why Dozy got. It's obvious why Beaky got the name Beaky, and it's obvious why Titch got his nickname. Dave D's his proper name, I think, and Mick is his proper name. But Dozy, I thought, oh good dear me, you know, is that some sort of, you know, was he a bit dozy? Was he sort of on some sort of spectrum? Was he, you know, neurodivergent? You know, is it a terrible thing that he's had to go through his whole professional career with that name? And anyway, I had to Google it up, how he got that name, and what it was they were on the van on the way back from a gig, and he apparently he was hungry and he got a chocolate bar out, and the van window was up. Anyway, he threw the chocolate bar out the window and put the paper in his mouth, claiming that he was just overtired. Nothing to do with anything he might have been taking or anything at the time. But anyway, so fair enough, Dozy, and it stuck from that particular point. But yeah, a shockingly terrible album. I mean, they must have made some good money off those singles. But yeah, terrible band. nice cover really, and everything, and something to have, but yeah, less than $5. So that's my entry for your challenge, American Sam. And talking about contests, I did set one a few videos ago, a few weeks ago, and alarmingly I've only had one entry. So please, somebody else enter. And the guy who's entered it, well, I'm not going to say any more anyway, but yeah, I'd be delighted if there were some other entries. So please have a look at that one. And we're going to go out. We always leave these videos with a bit of music. We're going to go out with Van Morrison and my favourite driving music. And this is the title track. Oops, what happened there? Inarticulate Speech of the Heart from 1983. Just sit and chill, meditate. See you then.